source. So this application of Zener Diode is called as voltage regulator. So what is voltage regulator is, if you have an unregulated power supply. So assume that unregulated now, unak power volt in your house itself, you take an example, you are getting 230 volt, right? It will not be exactly 230 volt. So it will be 180, 190, 200, 210, 220, 230, 240. So it will be varying, right? But whatever the voltage is going to vary, your appliances need constant voltage. Your TV or fridge or air conditioners require constant voltage. உனக்கு input எப்படி vary ஆனாலும் my output has to be same. That is the purpose of an voltage regulator. Unregulated power supply now, input voltage will change, output voltage will also change, fluctuations will be there, your devices will not be able to work correctly. That is why for all this purpose only you are having regulator for all your TV, AC and fridge, because those devices require constant voltage. So whatever variation input voltage is going to happen, the output of regulator is going to be a constant output voltage will be given to all these devices. That is why the name regulator. Unregulated now, output will also change, input will also change, and the devices will not work properly. So regulated power supply means I am going to provide a constant DC voltage V naught, which is independent of the current and the voltage. So how much ever the current is input voltage is varying, my output voltage is same. How much ever the load current is varying, my output voltage is same. So that is the role of an voltage regulator. So it is an electronic circuit that provides a stable DC voltage independent of load current, temperature, and AC line voltage variation. So the purpose of voltage regulator is it has to provide constant DC voltage even though the circuit parameters are changing. Only if it provides constant DC voltage, the appliances which are connected to that will work properly. Otherwise, it will not work properly. Okay, Zener diode is having that excellent property because when you achieve breakdown in Zener diode, the voltage across Zener diode is constant. It is going to be always standing at 6 volt. Whatever is going to change, VZ will be always 6 volt once breakdown has happened in Zener diode. Please understand this very, very clearly. That is why Zener diode can be used as an voltage regulation. So you have some terms which you want to understand: line regulation and load regulation. Line regulation means whatever the input voltage is changing, what is the change in output voltage, that is going to be called as line regulation. Change in output voltage by change in input voltage. Ideally, line regulation has to be zero, which means that how much ever the input voltage is changing, the output voltage should not change, or change in output voltage should be equal to zero. Okay, so line regulation means change in output voltage when the input voltage is changing. And load regulation means what is the change in output voltage when the load is changing. See, no load na open circuit. Full load na you are having a lot of appliances connected. So even when the circuit is changing from no load to full load condition, my output voltage should not change. It has to be constant. So percentage regulation, it is V no load minus V full load by V no load, or V no load minus V full load by V full load. Numerator is same. Denominator you can find it with respect to no load or full load. It depends on the which formula you are going to use. Usually no load la open circuit la voltage will be very high. So as you connect more and more appliances to the circuit, the voltage starts reducing. So that reduction in voltage is given by V full load. So V no load minus V full load by V no load, or V no load minus V full load divided by V full load. So this drop in voltage is happening because of multiple components which are going to connect across your power supply. Okay, this load, this also ideally has to be zero. So ideally ellame zero varko, but practically it is not possible to maintain the value of these values to be zero. So we will try to ensure that these values are as small as possible for regulation to be perfect. So they have to be as small as possible.